guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really cool technique I'm going to show you. We're going to be sublimating on colored t-shirts. You heard that right. So we're going to be sublimating right on these colored t-shirts. The place that I like to purchase my t-shirts from, I'll have it linked down below. I'm not affiliated with them at all. For one, they're super cheap. Number two, I literally have them the next day. I'll order them on a Thursday and have them on a Friday. They're super fast. I ordered these on Friday and had them on Monday. This time I purchased the Gildan Soft Style. These are 65% polyester and 35% cotton. Now you guys know I normally purchase the dry blend and they're 50-50. So I usually get the white ones and we sublimate on those because you can sublimate with at least 50% polyester. But today I wanted to try it with a little bit of a higher count. What I'm going to do is sublimate these on the shirt, and then we're going to take them outside and spray them with bleach, and you're going to see a really cool trick happen. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be using my 12x10 Cricut Easy Press because it's going to cover these perfectly. I ordered these designs off of Etsy, and I'll also have these linked down below. So let's go ahead and start with the Fur Mama first. The heat settings I'm doing for this today, I'm doing 350 for 60 seconds. Because they are a blended shirt, we don't want to scorch the shirt. So I'm doing 350 for 60 seconds. So we're going to start with the Fur Mama, and we're going to do it on this color here. This is going to be the 65% polyester. Now remember, the higher the polyester count, the better it's going to look. So that's why I did this, to show you, because I already knew people are going to ask about the 50-50 shirts. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got my heat press mat down, the biggest one you can get. I've got a piece of butcher paper here. Also, I purchased my butcher paper by the roll from Heat Press Nation. I'll also have it linked below. We're going to put down our shirt here. In the inside of the shirt, I'm just putting a piece of white cardstock just in case it bleeds through to the other side. So I'm just sliding that inside there, making sure to go wherever the image is going to go. What you don't want to forget is to do the lint rolling. Do not forget this, and it's going to be hard to tell with it being a colored shirt. So I make sure and do the whole front side of the shirt. That's just the way I do it to protect everything, because you want to do a bigger area than the press. So make sure you get your lint roll going on here. You're going to want to take a ruler and get this where it needs to go. The ruler that I've been using recently is this Cricut ruler here. It's 3x18, and it perfectly comes 3 inches down. It has these grid lines here. Hopefully y'all can see this, but it's got these lines here, and I can figure out the center. So the center of this is 9 inches, so I could come perfectly in the center of the shirt like this, 3 inches down. And now I can figure out where to place that. So when I print out my images, I try to get them nice and even on my paper here, so that's what I've already done. So we've got 3 inches down, and now I'm just going to make sure I get this exactly where I want it to be, nice and even. Like I said, I can actually see between these lines here. I'm going to move our ruler out of the way. Our parchment paper on top, this is going to protect our Easy Press. And now we're ready to go. 350 for 60 seconds, light pressure, keeping it completely still. That up real slow. Move our butcher paper. Now if you see this right here, that's just moisture, and I actually should have pulled the moisture out of this shirt first, so don't skip that step. So you would actually want to preheat this. We'll do it on the next one, but this line will go away in a minute. It's not going to matter in the end, but that will go away. So you want to go ahead and peel this up just like that. So if you sublimate on a colored t-shirt, this is what it's going to look like. It still looks super cute if you wanted to leave it like that. Once again, this is going to go away. That's just pulling out the moisture. This is what it would look like if you sublimate on color. That's going to stay there. It's not going to wash out. But that's what it's going to look like. We're going to take it a step further, and we're going to bleach this thing. So let's go ahead and press the next one. Get my shirt up here. I'm going to go ahead and get my white piece of cardstock in here. The reason why you want white is that way in case there's color ink inside the dye or anything, it's not going to come out on the t-shirt. Our lint roller. I'm going to go ahead and pre-press our area this time for about 15 seconds. So I'm going to push that down. I'm going to go ahead and line up our ruler again. A super cute image. This is for a teacher. The apple is like the apple is a cactus. How cute is that? And then in the inside you could see some of the teacher stuff. It's really cute. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this as even as possible. I've already got that on the paper here, like I said, so I know I can just kind of go on here. And I'm actually going to bring my paper up just a little bit because my design's down and get this even. Happy with that? Put my parchment paper on top and get this down for 60 seconds. Alright, go ahead and pull this off. Move our butcher paper. We're going to go ahead and remove it. Alright, so this is what it looks like so far, right? My sublimation image still looks really good, so I could actually use this another round. So I'm going to set that aside. You can see here, it's super light. It's really hard to see. I mean, you can see it there, but I mean, that's not a shirt you would want to sell or wear, really. I mean, it's hard to tell. It really seems a little bit better than what it is, and it really is not when I bring it in. This is what it looks like down here. I mean, it's not great, but now let's go ahead and take them outside and spray some bleach on them and see the magic. We're going to take some regular Clorox. It looks just like this. Just any kind. You can use Walmart, whatever brand you want to use. So you're going to take some bleach. And I've already put it in some spray bottles. These came from Walmart. These are over in the section where like your hair stuff and all that is, travel stuff. I filled up 2. That way if I run out, I've got a backup. And I'm going to label these bleach so that way the kids can't mess with them. But you want to take some bleach and put it in your spray bottles. Then you're going to want to take a trash bag. I'm going to take our t-shirt. So here out in the light, you can see that. Our image here. All right. So we're going to take our t-shirt here. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm working on a piece of cement out here. And I'm going to take my t-shirt like this. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm going to put my my plastic bag up inside. This is going to protect the opposite side of the t-shirt, so that way the other side don't bleach out. I'm going to do the same thing to the next one, so you can see here's that image out here in the light. You guys can probably hear all the animals and critters out here. So there is that image. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the trash bag inside. This is the end of the bag. I put my 2 ends together like this. Take my t-shirt here, open it up. I put one over here on one side. You can see that here. I'll hold it and then go over to the other side. Hopefully you guys can tell what I'm doing. And then you see in the middle there, I'll grab the top, shake it out, and lay it flat. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. You can see the plastic bag coming out there a little bit. So like I said, there's the fur mama on this. This is your lighter color, and this is a darker. This is 65 poly, 35 cotton, and this is 50-50. 50 poly, 50 cotton. What you're gonna do, take your spray bottle, and we're just gonna spray this whole area. So I'm gonna kind of create like a square, and then spritz some little, I'm gonna spritz a few spots outside to kind of make it a little bit messy and worn down. So, like I said, just taking my spray bottle here. And like I said, just kind of create me like a box. So I'm just really coating that. You guys can see that picking up a little bit. And I may want to come down a little bit more on the shirt, a little bit less, to kind of give it like this faded look. So now I've kind of got that soak in there. All right, so now I've got that one kind of soaking. So we're gonna go ahead and move on over to the next one. I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna create like a square going on here. You can see that already starting to bleach through. So as you can see, I'm really soaking the sublimation image. I'll bring that in so you guys can see. So you guys can see I'm really soaking that sublimation image, and then it's kind of working its way on the outside just real lightly. So I'm trying to create like a vintage effect. So I'm just gonna kind of throw some spots out around. So I'm just kind of getting some here on the end of this and slinging it. So you can see when you splatter, you kind of get like these effects here. That's going to kind of give you that. See that already starting to take effect. So you just let it stay here as long as you want until you get that effect you want, and then throw it into the wash to stop that bleaching process. What happens is sublimation does not bleach. It will not bleach out. So the t-shirt which is now going to be white, and you're gonna see that image really, really well. So how cool is that? It really come through. But for hers, you can see how cute that is. See how much better that image looks? Looks so good. And you can see this bottom part, super cute. But you can come down as low as you want to. You can see that hers has like this splatter effect. Hopefully y'all can see that. It's really neat. So many possibilities that you can do with this. You can see the sleeves are gonna be a little bit different with the lines in them. So if you kind of leave some wrinkles, so this right here, look how cool that is. If you leave some wrinkles in the shirt, like kind of have it up a little bit like this, it's gonna create really cool effects like that. See that image right through there now. And so this one's gonna keep working. As soon as it lightens up, I'll bring you guys back over here and show you what it looks like. Hey, Boo-Boo. Okay, my dog's seriously being nosy. Okay, so I've decided to go ahead and do one more. This is that same image we did on the 50/50. This is the second time I'm using that same image. So I told you guys it was still bright and vibrant, so I'm using it. This is on that 65/35. So we're gonna try it on this one. Here, this is where we're at so far with the 50/50. My daughter already had to take the other one, the other shirt inside because it needs to be washed out. She's gonna go put it in the tub with cold water. That way she could wait for these to be ready to go to put in the wash. But you can see here how it's working. As soon as that dries, you're gonna see that same effect. But I'm gonna let that keep doing its thing. And I've already pulled out the trash bag and sprayed the back a little bit as well. All right, so this one here is gonna be that same image. So I'm definitely recommending using at least that 65/35 for this because they're coming out really nice. So let's go ahead and spray this one. But with this one, I'm not putting the trash bag. I'm making sure it's super flat for these wrinkles and stuff. So I've made sure it's super flat. That way it'll have like the same type of effect on the back. So let's go ahead and get started. Another thing I've noticed was, and I didn't realize, if you unscrew this, you're gonna get more of a stream. Hopefully I can like shoot this here so you guys can see that. You're gonna get more of that, you know, stream where I could go do something like this. Hopefully you guys can see that. So you guys can see where I'm getting more of like a blob. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I can kind of go through the shirt a little bit like this, getting a few blobs. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Try not to do spritzes. I'm trying to slow down because if not, you're gonna end up with streaks like that. And I'm really wanting like blobs like that. So maybe pay attention and not streak it out like that. So hopefully that don't look weird. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, and same thing, we're gonna go all the way around and kind of like this square, but this time I'm gonna take it all the way down the front of the shirt like this, kind of leaving that sides. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and kind of let that do its thing, and I think that's pretty good for me. These shirts really don't take that much bleach. Like the 50/50 really took a lot. Maybe depending on the color too, if I would have done something, maybe if I'd have done something lighter, but you could see how fast this one's coming through. I'm not fast forwarding or anything. You could really see how fast this dude's working. So it's working pretty quickly. All right, so see how I kind of came down and I've left the sides, and it should go through the back like that. And I did like these splatters on the sides there. So like I said, I think that should be enough. Now you see how that image is coming through? Super cool. So I may put it in fast forward motion and let you guys kind of watch this play out. Just kind of taking a peek real quick and seeing what the back. Okay, so it didn't go through the back too crazy. So I don't think it even went through the back because it's more of a light mist. I don't even think it went through the back of this one. It's really cute. So it's got like this dark purple with this lighter like pink tone going on here, almost like an ombre effect. If I want it to look just like this, I would stop right here, go get it in the washing machine. Now if I want it to get lighter, I'll just let it continue to sit here and it's going to continue to lighten up. So it's just however you want to. So you leave it as little or as long as you want to, depending on whatever effect. So if I was done with this, I would go ahead, and if you're not ready, like you're making more shirts, run it under cold water in your bathtub, wring it out really, really well, and set it aside in the tub, and finish getting all your shirts done, and then throw them all in the wash at one time. See here on the sleeve, see where it's starting to get wider and wider? And then down here on the side, you can see how much it's lightening up. You've got some really cool spots. But I'm really liking this. Well, that's gonna look, it's got like a light. You can see where that bleach came through with just a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down and get these in the wash, and we'll meet you back in the craft room. This is the one that we had done last. So this is the second time I had used this image here. And this is gonna be, this is on the 65% poly. It came out really, really good. So you can see how that came out. Look how cool these effects here are. If you kind of get that spritz going on, really cool. So you can see it's just faded around like that. This is what the back side looks like. So it's still bright, but it has like some splash through of the bleach like this. It has, let me bring this up a little bit more. So you've got like these spots like this, and then you can see where it's kind of darker here. It's really cool, this really cool effect. And then this front, so it's got this really cool vintage washed out effect. I really, really love the way this one came out. I'll have some nice pictures over on my Instagram. So this is that first one that we had done with that Fur Mama. I'm not too excited about the way that I had done the bleach. I feel like I went way too far down, and I left this piece right here because she's gonna tie this up a little bit. So she's actually gonna do like this whole tie just like this. So it's gonna be really, really cute. But I kind of wished I would have been a little bit more faded to look instead of so much white here. But you can see if you put some wrinkles and stuff in here, you can get some really cool effects. So you can see how the arms came out here if you kind of wrinkle the arms there and you don't have them flat. So that came out really, really cool. You can see inside the shirt too where the trash bag kind of got right up in here. So you can kind of see how that looks. The only thing about this one, so we had that trash bag. You can see where the trash bag came through here. I didn't do anything on the back. So this one's like a solid pink. It stayed pink. And I think I would want it washed out a little bit more. So I think I'm going to go back and add some bleach to this to give it a better effect. But that's how that one is with the trash bag. I kind of just recommend not even messing with the trash bag. It's just more preference. If you don't want anything on the back, use the trash bag. But if you like this washed out look, then I recommend going with the trash bag. But you see how cool the back looks on this one? It's got this really cool washed out effect. And then on this one, it's just really kind of, I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of that. So, but this is using trash bag, not using trash bag. All right. Now, for the 50, now I knew that you guys were going to ask about the 50-50, so I went ahead and did the test, but I do not recommend it. So, let me see if I can figure it out. Okay. So this is the original color of the shirt. There's still some right here. And all it did was fade it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bleach it one more time. I'm going to kind of get this area, but I'm going to wait until the morning time where it's really hot. And I'm going to try to really get this area and keep going over and over again. But even at that, that's way too much work. I would not want to do that. When these shirts are the exact same price, I'm liking a lot. I definitely like them a lot more. They definitely give you that really washed out look. They're super soft. Like I said, they're 65% poly. And you can see how good that image came out. So it looks really, really good. And I could even have, this one we didn't even bleach that much. Could have actually came in here and added more bleach and had more of a white effect like this one did. But remember, we left it so it's more of a lighter pinkish purple type of effect. I really love the way this one came out. So to me, I don't recommend the 50-50 shirts because it's, even if we do end up getting this to bleach down anymore, it's just not. Like, this image is going to come through. If we eventually got this to come through, it would look like these. But I just don't know how much bleach it's going to take and how many times I'm going to have to do it. So I'm going to continue testing it just to see if I can eventually get it to. But if it's that much work, like I said, guys, I just wouldn't even recommend messing with it. That's just too much fuss for me when you could get these. And these are like, I think $2 and something a shirt. $1 something, $2 a shirt. They're super affordable. Like I said, I have the link below of where I shop for these. So I definitely recommend them. Number one, they're super cheap and they come in really fast. And they are the Gildan, I'll have it linked straight to them, the Gildan Soft Style. Just remember, whenever you look at the shirts, you want to get the ones that are heathered. So even though they'll be under the soft style, you have to make sure they say heathered. It's the heathered ones. I know I keep saying heathered, but it has like this more, you know, look to them like this instead of like a solid. So so there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.